Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo, and we're covering the Labor Day games from here we are on September 1st. It's already September, and the playoffs are right around the corner. So this one didn't really have playoff implications, but Connecticut's now playing spoiler, and they're trying to not finish last. So, this game was really close up until like the last 4 minutes. Connecticut was giving Atlanta, everything they had. And if it wasn't for, Rhyne Howard pretty much going off in the last 4 minutes, this was a close game. But you know what? That's the difference between the teams that are in the playoffs or high in the playoffs and the ones that aren't. They pull it out in the end. And Connecticut has so many games like this where they were in it. And they are looking better and better all season long. They have a great young group. But, Atlanta has more experienced players. They have a couple of very high draft picks in Brittany Griner and Rhyne Howard. I believe they were both the number one draft picks. And Alicia Gray was a very high draft pick. So, you just have really talented players on Atlanta. But, they can be streaky. And if they're not hitting their threes, they can be, taken out. So, but you know what? They hit them when they needed to, and they end up going into Connecticut and pulling out a win. So you have the Dream winning 93-76 over the Connecticut Sun. First quarter, Atlanta outscored them 23-21. Then Connecticut came right back, 27-19 in the second quarter. Then Atlanta outscored them in the third, 25-18. And then the killer quarter. Atlanta scored 26 points in the fourth quarter, and Connecticut only got 10. So, anyway, Atlanta is securing their position, although Atlanta has some. I think they have to play LA twice, and LA's fighting for their lives. So, for Atlanta to hold on to those 14 losses, that's going to be key for them. I mean, they've clinched the playoffs, but now it's all a matter of what position you're going to be in. Whether it's second, right? I mean, as of right now, they could get second, they could get third, or fourth. One of those three, because you have the Aces and Phoenix with 14 losses also. So this is going to be a great next week. I mean, it ends on the 11th, so the next 9 days going to be fantastic. And there's some key games coming up tomorrow too. So Connecticut actually had more points in the paint, 48-38. Atlanta had more second chance points. Connecticut actually had a 7-point lead. Atlanta's 19-point lead was their biggest, which was, 86, was, a little more than what they ended up finishing at. Atlanta only had 9 turnovers. Connecticut had 15. Atlanta got 24 points off those turnovers. And Connecticut only got 12. So that's a 12-point difference. That's almost the difference in the game. So let's see here. You had 5 players in double figures for Atlanta. You had Hillman with 17, Howard with 23, Brianna Jones with 10, Pow had 3. She hit a 3-point shot. Alicia Gray had 17. And Jordan Canada, her first game back, she definitely makes Atlanta a tougher out when she's playing. So she's a really good point guard. And then Brittany Griner had 7 points. Pow, we already got that one. And then the only other scorer was Coffee. She hit a foul shot. So Atlanta shot 43% as a team, 33% from 3-point line, and then they only missed 1 foul shot. So rebounds, they out-rebounded Connecticut to 33-26. Connecticut actually outshot them from the floor, but not from 3. Connecticut only made 2 3-pointers. They were 2 for 17 at 11%. That hurt them. And they only went to the foul line 14 times. They made 12 out of 14. So that was that. So Brianna Jones ended up with a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Let's see. Alicia Gray had 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Pow Pow had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Hillman had 6 rebounds and 6 assists with 17 points. She shot really well, too. She was 5 for 7 from 3. So her and Rhyne Howard pretty much took care of the three-point shooting. They were 9 of the 10 three-point shots for Atlanta. And, that was pretty much the difference in the game. So Connecticut had 4 players in double figures. Tina Charles led Connecticut. She shot 50% from the floor, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Anisha Morrow had 6 points and 5 rebounds. She was really aggressive. She's been really aggressive on the boards, definitely making her presence known. Mabry had 12 points, but she shot bad from 3. Sometimes she's forcing threes up, but, in her defense, sometimes they're really late in the shot clock and she has to throw them up there. She was 1 for 7. She was 5 for 14 overall. And she had 3 assists. And then Rivers had 10 points. Lindsay Allen had 5. And then Lacan, she's going to be a force in the league coming up. She's really speedy. She was 6 for 9 overall, 17 points for her. She had 2 steals, 4 turnovers, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Very nice player. Very nice player for Connecticut. And then Aaliyah Edwards, she was 2 for 2. She had 4 points. She had 2 blocks. Lacan also had a block, and so did Morrow. And then she got 4 rebounds and an assist. So, good effort from Connecticut other than the last, 4 minutes. But that's happened to them frequently this year. They've been in a lot of games up until the last few minutes, and then they lose it. So, anyway, hopefully next year they figure that out. So Atlanta is now 20-14, and Connecticut has dropped to 10-30. But they are still ahead of Chicago and Dallas. And Dallas, they lost today. So they still only have 9 wins. So does Chicago. So we'll see. A little over a week to go. And then the playoffs begin. So thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.